you today, presented by ESPN Bet. She is Chiney Ogwumike. He is the three-time champ, Danny Green. He is the champ in our hearts, our senior writer, Zach Lowe. The NBA Finals, they're only 2 days away, but there's one question that is still remaining. I know, it's with the countdown has been on, it feels like forever since those sweeps. We haven't seen Kristaps Porzingis play since April 29th with that left calf injury, and he spoke today at shoot-around ahead of Game 1. Take a listen to what he had to say.
100%? Are you 100% right now?
How you doing, guys? Good question. I don't know. We'll see. I have a couple more days, and I've done a lot of work up until this point, and yeah, I've done everything needed to get back into playing shape, and we'll see on the night.
So are you planning on being there for Game 1?
That is the plan. So right now.
All right, that's the plan right now. It wasn't exactly an overwhelming, resounding yes, I'm ready, but it looks like Kristaps Porzingis is going to be good to go for Game 1. So, Zach, how much of a difference is this going to make for the Celtics here?
They haven't needed him yet. They need him now. I don't think they can beat this Dallas team 4 times in 7 games without some kind of production over some kind of real minutes load from Kristaps Porzingis. They need his spacing. He's just a different beast out there than Al Horford. He spots up from further out. He's got a quicker release. He opens the floor for everybody. They need his ability to post up switches, because I think Dallas is going to try to switch more than usual in this series to try to bog down Boston offense and make them play one-on-one. Porzingis roasted little guys on switches all season, and they need his rim protection, because you know when Luka gets into the paint and he plays that little cat and mouse game, fake over here, I fake up here, floaters, lobs, those are different kinds of passes when there's a giant 7'3" dude with a long reach in the paint than they are against Al Horford. I think they need him in this series. They need him to play real minutes and play well.
Yeah, I'm with Zach on this one. I love his floor spacing, but I think more importantly is his rim protection.
Yeah.
You know how Dallas has been killing teams with lobs. Lively, Gafford has been on the glass, unbelievable. 100% from the field, I think, in the last series. They need him to protect the rim, stop some of those lobs, obviously stretch the floor. I know his voice didn't say he was excited, but his look, that smirk, looked like he had something up his sleeve. And I think he's more than 100% ready. I think he's ready to surprise some people. He doesn't want the other teams to know.
Chess.
Yes, this is chess. He's trying to let them think like, oh, he might be out, but he's playing a game, and I think he's ready. He has something up his sleeve. He's happy where he's at, and he can't wait to show people what he got.
Because there was another point when he was speaking with reporters, and again, this is the first time that we've really heard from him since he was injured, where they asked if he was able to run well. Do you feel like you can get to full speed? And he took a long pause before he finally said, yes. So maybe this is all just a little bit of a decoy here.
Isn't this the same man that went to social media and said, see y'all in the finals? Like, come on, guys. He's just trying to play it safe just so that when he hits the court, you see exactly who he is. And I've been saying it all season long. He is the championship piece. That was by design for the Boston Celtics. And it starts, as you mentioned, Danny, with his defensive versatility. He's top 5 in the NBA at rim protection. Here, he switches, but he's in drop coverage. He still goes to the three-point line, which is so important for bigs, but he's moving those puppies. Perks not here, but he's moving those puppies, and that's why he's able to be a solid defender for them. But then on the offensive side, he shoots 37% from 3, and look at where the defense is. That's Lively. Look at the vision. His ability to space the floor as a shooter is so important, because not only can he shoot over mismatches, that's Kyrie trying to close out on him, but more importantly, when he stretches the floor, that allows the Celtics to get downhill. I think the big criticism was that the Celtics shoot a lot of threes. That's a product of necessity when you're missing a big-time three-point shooter. With him out there, now Derek White, Jaylen Brown, Jason Tatum, Drew Holiday, they can all go downhill. He is the ultimate balancing factor for their offense and defense.
Not to mention they had this sort of group of bigs that they were going to in his absence, and now it's like, okay, you shore up with Al Horford and Kristaps Porzingis. This is sort of the duo that we've all wanted to see. There's so many subplots, though, when you're looking at this NBA Finals. There's former teammates facing off. Kyrie Irving back in Boston, I think, is like the headline. But since we're talking about Kristaps Porzingis, let's not forget about his stint in Dallas alongside Luka Doncic. Doncic also spoke today about what it's like playing in his first NBA Finals.
Just playing the NBA Finals. Every kid that plays basketball dreams about this, so I was one of them. Always had that 20-22 run. You know, we had great chemistry, we stay together, and I feel the same thing with this team. You know, we've been together for like 5 months, 4 or 5 months, and we made the NBA Finals. You know, like I said, it's been really hard, but you know, like I said, we deserve this, and our chemistry is great, and we stay together.
Yeah, their chemistry is excellent. And so is Luka. He's the first player to lead the playoffs in points, rebounds, and assists entering the finals that's ever in NBA history. You can see here he's also the postseason leader in a bunch of other categories as well. Yeah,
Is there a
exactly.
category
First.
Man.
So maybe it's, you know, when you talk about chemistry, when you're winning, when things are going well, that chemistry clearly on full display. But now they're heading into Boston. Boston has been the best team all season long, Zach. So how are they going to ride this momentum into the finals and ultimately get that second championship for this franchise?
They got to keep defending with the intensity and focus they've been defending, but no, they've been packing the paint in all their series before. They got to be a little careful about doing that against the best three-point shooting team in the league, maybe a half step further out the Boston shooters, and they're going to have to find to attack Boston's defense. Luckily, they have the best player in the series. Dallas can absolutely win this series and be the first 5 seed ever to win the title.
Yeah, I'm with you. I think they just need to come in with the same chip they have on their shoulder in the last series. You know, everybody kind of counted them out against Minnesota. They come with that same attitude. They just have to steal one. They can steal one getting back home with that momentum. If they go down 0-2, it'd be tough for them. But if they steal one. In the other series, they won 3 straight. And the other ones, I think, the first series, they split. So they can split. It keeps their young guys confident. It keeps them with that mindset and focus. But if Kyrie can get out of Boston with 1 win, I like Dallas in this favorite.
Yeah, and that's so important, the way that they ended the last series. I think a lot of times we take for granted. Everyone's like, you just got to win by any cost. Like, if you can close out series like they did versus the T-Wolves in 5, that is huge because you allowed Luka Doncic the ability to rest. Because we know going into the finals, if it was a Game 7, he might look different. He may not have that pep in the step. What did we see in the last series? He almost looked like, was it Jimmy Butler? Like, man, I'm tired. But fortunately, I can pass things off to Kyrie Irving as one of the best kings of the fourth quarter, right? But now that he has been able to get rest, they closed it out in 5. He's someone who has led the NBA in usage. Now he can walk in feeling a little bit better. And also, they allowed Derek Lively to heal, too, within the series and get him more time because you mentioned he made history. He was 16 for 16 from the field in the conference finals. Those were all dunks, but those were all great plays. So their players are walking in feeling better because of how they handled business the series before.
And Kyrie Irving has said, you know, maybe I didn't handle myself the best way that I could. I've grown a lot since my time in Boston. It's interesting that both of these teams, they were defeated at the hands of the Golden State Warriors in 2022. Obviously, Kyrie wasn't on that team, but they're both walking in, both Luka and Jason Tatum, saying, you know what, we remember 2022, and we both think that we are better teams. And for Dallas, Kyrie is such a big part of that. What do you expect from him heading back into the same arena where stomped on Lucky, the saging, you know, it's going to come up over and over and over again?
What I hope to see is Kai do what Kai has been doing, and that's go out and kill. But we just never know when you're in the type of building that you used to play in, what kind of emotions it may bring. And instead of emotional Kai, it could be one where it said he's in attack mode all night, but it could be one where he, you know, doesn't find a rhythm. For me, I think he's going to come in doing what he's been doing. He's locked in. You know, he's mature. He's at peace at home in Dallas with that group. So, yeah, but when you come back, for those who have been traded from a team for a long time where it didn't end well and they boo you, sometimes those emotions can help your adrenaline to a good point or a bad point. You're either going to have 40 or you might have 5. So I'm hoping that we're going to see the 40-point Kyrie in this series.
Me too.
I don't worry about Kyrie's offense, even though he's going to be defended by bigger guys almost the entire series. He's going to get his. He's going to ignite them in terms of their pace. And he's the chaos points guy. When all else breaks down, when the shot clock's low, he's the guy who creates points from nothing. The crowd, you know that Boston crowd. They're going to try to bait him. They're going to try and get under his skin. They're going to try to get him distracted, and they've done it in past matchups. We all know that he's had, let's say, some interactions with the Boston crowd and with poor Lucky the Leprechaun, who's going to need some medical attention after all these people stomp on him over the years. I expect him to tune it out this time. This is the finals. This is a different stage. Maybe at some point one of his teammates will stand up and direct some noise back at the crowd, kind of on his behalf. half. But I expect Kyrie, he's become the leader of this team, by all accounts from within the team, to tune it out and set the example of this is not time for fun or hijinks or whatever. This is the finals.
Yeah, I expect to see that from Kyrie Irving. We're talking about the guy who hit one of the biggest shots in NBA Finals history. I think he's coming in with that sort of focus and resolve. He knows exactly what's on the line. He knows exactly what is at stake. And when you're talking about the Boston Celtics as the best team all season long,